This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
It's Nathan, Nat and Shaun here. That would be us.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you going? We're on holidays.
Yeah, not only is our show just wonderfully entertaining and just a fly by the seat of your pants thrill ride, Shaun, but also it's very helpful.
I know.
Well, you're going to hear from some experts in this podcast, actually.
There's heaps
Experts,
of
not just
advice.
us.
Advice being doled out by people that know what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's right,
This is a
really.
nice change for us.
It's not easy being green.
It's a great
not.
day.
It's not.
Because Gardening Australia
Having to
returns to
spend
our
each
screens
day
on the ABC.
How
And
fantastic.
the star of the show, none other than Costa Giorgiadis, joins us now. Good morning, Costa.
Greetings, team. Happy New Year. It's our first banter.
It
Oh,
is.
so good, Costa. We've been
Costa.
waiting, counting down the moments and the
I
minutes.
cannot believe it. How are you?
Well, it's always nice to share a moment.
Yeah. Did you become father to a new plant over the Christmas break at all? Since we've seen you
Get a
last?
new chicken. What happened?
Well, actually, no. Well, my chickens, I'm down. It's the first time in about 14 years that I haven't
Christmas
had
dinner. Oh.
chicken. Well, yeah.
Costa
Why
living.
not?
No, I did. No, that one of them got drowned in the pool by a cat,
Oh, Costa.
and the other one,
It's a horrible story.
the other one got scared to death by a local dog. So, yeah, I'm down.
Imagine
But
how
I'm
scared you
waiting.
have to be for that to take
For a
place.
local dog.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I suppose just even an
Any dog.
unlocal
Yeah,
dog
that's right,
for
a
a
foreign
chicken's
dog.
pretty bad.
Costa, we had a couple of chickens in. My son got them for his birthday. Oh,
No, can we not tell these stories, please?
Are we telling dead chicken stories?
And my wife said, "Oh, look at the dog Rex. He really
Sean, don't
loves
tell
these
this
chickens."
story.
What?
He loved the chickens too hard.
Yep.
That's the end of the story.
Yeah. Let's talk gardening.
Yes. This is
Yes.
Ali. Ali's is the newswoman here.
Newswoman.
Anchorwoman, as I would say.
Hi,
She's a
Costa.
journalist.
So Ali's got a question. We're going to dive straight into.
Hello, Ali.
Hello, Costa. I'm a big fan. I bought my boyfriend your book for Christmas, by the way. We watch Gardening Australia all
Oh,
the
that's
time.
very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, that centerfold's a bit concerning, though.
It's a well-placed butternut pumpkin.
But I would not have shoved the rake there. But that's okay. Whatever way you want to do your garden's up to
The
you.
carrot.
I have a question for you, Costa.
Yes.
In winter, I transplanted 2 of my grandmother's rose bushes, and we did it with sterilised secateurs, everything like that. We did it all the right way.
Wow.
Sterilise your secateurs,
Yeah,
really?
you have to make sure infection doesn't spread. Isn't that right, Costa?
Are you joking?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
pretty serious.
Wow.
Anyway,
So did you take
now-
them out of the ground
Yes,
and
we
put
took
them in
out
pots?
of the ground. No,
Or-
then we put them into the ground
Okay.
at our house. And then, so one is doing really well, thriving, and the other one is like literally on his last legs about to die, but they're right next to each other. So what's happened there, and how can I bring the other one back to life?
Yeah, well, congratulations on 50% success.
It's like Siamese roses.
Is it like any
Yeah,
transplant? It could be rejected.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's sort of it's hard to say. I've transplanted a heap of roses over time, and you know, sometimes you've got a deeper taproot and you cut it back, and just depending on the state of the plant, how it deals with that. You know, as long as the ground is not, just check that the ground around where you've planted it isn't too wet. Because you know it may be boggy and drowning in there. Otherwise, you know, if the other one's doing well and it's not far away, then it could just be that one didn't like the transfer. You might want to cut it back until you find the living wood again.
Okay.
Like cut back until you see that it's alive in there. Maybe take it out carefully, check that it's not too wet. Put some additional, I'm not sure how sandy your soil is, but make sure that it's
personal.
We've been wanting to know that answer for years.
Family show, Costa. Thank you. Clean it up.
Okay, that's amazing, Costa. I'll check the boggy ground.
When she's cutting it back to see with a living wood, is it like, can she literally be left with like just a
Like
stem?
a stump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if
So
that's
cut
the
it right
case,
back,
it
huh?
can be enough to bring it back. If as long as it's not, you can stop the rot, basically.
What if there's no living wood?
Then it's dead.
Then it's dead.
And then it's a dead plant.
I can't revive it
may-
at all.
I mean, we're not experts. Is that right?
No. No, you might
Well,
want
I'm
to try
happy to
that part.
defer to your advice there and agree.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
We are talking to Costa Giorgiadis, the star of Gardening Australia, that's back tonight on the ABC at 7:30.
Costa, we've got so many people who are wanting to ask you questions. The phones have gone
melted down.
bananas. Amy's one of them. Good morning to you, Amy.
Good morning.
Hi, Amy. So, Amy, Costa.
How you going?
Hello, Amy.
What's your question?
Yeah,
Ames?
good.
Okay, I have two questions. One, how do you combat with a natural remedy the grasshoppers? They are absolutely destroying my raspberries
Oh, no.
and my mint. Yeah,
And your what?
Mint.
and my
Onion
mint.
mint. I go through something else.
You have a lovely flavoursome and fragrant garden.
I have a beautiful garden.
Costa, how do you get rid of the grasshoppers?
Yeah, look, depending on how the season has gone over there, and, you know, I assume you've had rain, there's plenty of food out in the broader landscape, so their numbers have multiplied. You know, with something like your berries, it's the same with a lot of things in the garden. You've got to weigh up the method of control, and if you really want something, then you got to sort of think to yourself, all right, I want those berries. I can try and make some deterrents, or I get a net over them to protect them. And, you know, going with a little bit of infrastructure is sometimes a lot better than sort of semi-baked kind of alternatives that aren't going to necessarily stop them, particularly if their numbers are up. So my thought there, Amy, would be to get some netting and put that over them so that you just have it on there for the duration of, you know, the crop ripening, and then you'll get the berries.
Yeah.
Like a hairnet, a big giant hairnet.
That's it.
Yeah, right.
That'll do the
Because
trick.
grasshoppers, wouldn't you just like grow get like a little plush patch of lawn and then then
Nathan.
coats them away? Like, look at, hey, come and hop on this.
Nice try.
Over here.
But I think even grasshoppers prefer raspberries.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm hearing guest presenter all over these.
Thank you so much, Costa.
Can lure them away.
I
with a
want
patch
to
of
see
grass.
you on there. I'm putting the word into our research this afternoon and saying our next guest presenter is right in front of it.
Hello.
He's an ideas man.
Well, from one Nathan to another Nathan, Costa, we've got a Nathan for you.
Hello, Nathan.
Festival.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
Nate.
Nate.
Hey, Nate.
What do you want to ask Costa?
Costa, I've got it's a two-part question. I've got a pool area. I've got 4 magnolias in a pool area. One is just thriving, looks like a brand new. It's probably 5-6 foot. The other 3 are in general stages of. They're not dead. They're very sticky, but
Yeah.
I don't getting any new growth. Right next to the pool, I have a flowering plum with 4 other citrus trees. Had it for 6 years, producing fruit. This year, it just started. It was all sticky, obviously, when they lose their leaves. It just started to flower, and all new leaves come in, and it just literally then just died.
Oh, no.
So,
One last
enough.
one.
What sort of pool? Well, what sort of pool is it? Is it
just-
chlorine?
it's a
Is
salt-
it salt?
It's a saltwater pool, but it does. I've got a massive 6-foot limestone wall behind us, so I thought maybe I was getting lime coming through the soil. So I've done pH tests, I've done alkalinity, I've done phosphorus, I've done everything possible from
Have you
what I've been
sterilised your
told.
secateurs?
Yeah, good, great question there.
No, so
Yeah,
How
well, look,
sandy
I
is
know
your
how to
soil,
bring
Nathan?
it's great that you've done all those tests, you know, to knock out those sorts of things. What about just, is there water, where's the water from the pool going? Is it running
Oh, no,
down?
there's no water. It's a raised garden bed, so it's actually out of ground. Obviously, the whole the garden bed itself is actually 500 out of ground of the pool. So it doesn't really get wet. You know, my kids don't splash and bombing and stuff.
Yeah.
There's none of that. But yeah, they're just sticky. They're just not full of body and life. And I've pumped them with fertilizer, with NPK Blue, and all the black marble. And I'm just wanting to know.
You're his last hope, Costa.
Yes.
I have never heard of anyone more dedicated to saving the life of a plant before in my entire existence. Costa, help him.
Yeah. Well, look, sometimes when things end up on a downward trajectory, and then we start doing more and more, we kind of lose track of what impact that first thing may have had, because we've doubled down with the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and suddenly that soil, if it's a raised garden bed, you may be well served if those 3 if those 3 plants at that end of the garden bed are struggling, I think you may be well served to bring them out and replace the soil and get plenty of organic matter in there so that you can bring, so whatever soil, the new potting mix you put in, get some compost in there so you get that activated. You need some life into that soil because it sounds like, it's just, all of these extra things. The food isn't all that it needs. It needs that microbial activity and not just more and more food and nutrients.
Yeah, now that's Costa's advice, Nathan. Now my advice is to get a pillow and put it over the plant's face and just go quietly.
Nathan, you kill everything in sight.
I do have to say, actually,
That is true.
Costa, you gave me some advice for my dragon tail plant, which the leaves were dying, and you said it needs a bigger pot. And I don't know why, but I refused to follow your advice. I think, no, who are you to say that I need to buy you new clothes?
And how's the plant now?
It's dying. I've got one or two leaves left. But who is that plant to tell me that I have to go and buy its a pot? No, you stay where you are and live.
And grow and live.
Or you get one or the other. It stays where it is or it lives.
Well, the arrogance. You know what I mean?
Well, but it's copping a wedgie. It's struggling, and you're leaving it to walk out on the street and be kind of bullied by the look instead of saying, "Hey, I just
wearing
need
pants that are way too short for it."
I'm sorry, I'm not letting a plant boss me
New
around.
pants, man.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.